Hey guys, you're watching Explore the Weird. Goon Gang, welcome back. Thanks for smoking that like. If you guys are like, what's a goon? I'm still not a goon. What the hell? What the hell? Let's just get into it. We're gonna remind you later. It's a very simple, easy process, I promise.
I would want the world to know about Ascension. I would want the world to know that we are very, very close. And all the people on the inside know this. This is the key of disclosure. We are very close to some sort of energetic shift that the sun is going to do. There have already been multiple experiments, I've heard this from several insiders, in which they take ordinary folks and they put them into a room and they zap them with the energy that our sun is going to give off when we go through this change. Become very blissed out. They start to get really telepathic. They can move things with their mind. Everybody kind of goes into a psychedelic trip. Our government knows that this is going to happen, where there's no veil left, where we are wide open to...
Wait, what? We're all gonna ascend, and the way we ascend is like there's a sunlight that's gonna hit us that people have, I guess, experienced in a room, and once they experience that type of sunlight, they can, you know, they're telepathic and they can move objects with their minds, and they can do other things. That just feels crazy. I'm like, what? Do you guys know any people that have telepathy and stuff? Has anyone mastered this art, or have you been part of this experiment this person's talking about? Oh man, I can't wait. I'm ready. I'm ready for this. You guys know we're all woke. The goons are woke. And the people that still don't know what goons are not woke yet, but they're getting there. All right. Yeah, interesting. Let's keep it going.
Is the thing that keeps you up at night now, or what is your biggest fear?
There's such a thing as knowing too much. And when you've been married to the president of the United States, who knows everything about everything in the world, sometimes you just want to turn it off.
Too much.
Right. It's like, I don't want to know what was in that folder that you just got that made you quiet. You know, I don't want to know why the security just pulled you over. I mean, it could be any range of things that comes across the desk of the leader of the free world, right? So I know a lot about what's going on, and what keeps me up are the things that I know. The war in the region, in too many regions. What is AI going to do for us? The environment, you know, are we moving at all fast enough? What are we doing about education? Are people going to vote? And why aren't people voting? Are we too stuck to our phones? I mean, those are the things that keep me up, because you don't have control over them.
Yeah, I can imagine being scared if you have information that is only, secretive to you. Only you have the allowance to know that information, and luckily you're the president's wife, so I'm sure some of that information has trickled down to you as well, whether intentionally or unintentionally. I'm sure Michelle has heard it all. I'm sure she has, and I'm sure they have experienced a lot of these things firsthand to know when Obama gets the folder and he goes silent. She's like, oh boy, I know what's in that folder, and if I don't, I'm gonna find out later. Like, wouldn't you want to know? Like, come on, man. Like, the way I've known, and I'm not saying it's everyone, but like most of the time, most of my female related friends are very drama intuitive, and they always want to get into the drama. I feel like, why wouldn't she want to know? But maybe there's something else going on there. But like, in most circumstances, I have seen girls find drama very well. All right, that's all I'm trying to say. But who knows? Maybe the folder didn't have drama and she didn't want to know. But anyway, this is I'm just making decisions here which may be untrue, so let's just keep it going. Very interesting, though.
Ex-Pfizer scientist has broken his silence on COVID-19. Listen to this.
When people tell you what they're going to do, don't ignore them. So when the UN and Bill Gates and Klaus Schwab says, you won't be traveling, you won't have a private car, we won't be using international shipping to move goods around, there won't be any flights except military or perhaps very rich people, you won't own anything and you'll be happy. You probably won't live in your own house. You'll be using much less energy for everything, including heating, manufactured goods, and so on. When they tell you that, you should assume that they're serious about it. And so I think COVID has been part one of a multi-act play that's going to take 10 years that will destroy liberal democracies completely. If you think living in a democracy, now ask yourself who you could vote for that would change this, because I don't think there's anyone you can vote for anywhere. So I don't have an answer, but I'm telling you, I think we're sliding down through the gates of hell. I'm speaking out. There's nothing in it for me. I've lost lots of money, all my friends. I'm away from my home and family. And I'm speaking out because, as I close, I am absolutely sure what I've told you is substantially true.
Bro, you are working at Pfizer, and I don't know what your chain of command is there. I have personally lost a family member, my own uncle, to COVID. He went through it and everything. So I will tell you, when it comes to COVID-19 and whether it's a narrative or not, it is a true virus, boys and girls. I am telling you, it is a true thing that people did suffer from. And the people that couldn't fight it off are the people that truly succumbed to their virus, right? So when it comes down to this ex-Pfizer giving us the whole, uncovering it all, saying, hey, this is the future plan, 10 years down the line is the goal, it's very hard to follow that narrative. You worked for Pfizer and you allowed this to happen. Why didn't you stop it? So now you're out of Pfizer and now you're whistleblowing it? Like, I feel like you should have been forefront right in the beginning. All this stuff comes out after, and you go, okay, so what now? Now there are people that potentially got the Pfizer. Maybe someone got the Moderna. Maybe someone got another generic manufacturer. There's always going to be something. I don't understand what the end narrative is, but from my experience and from what I know, everything's going to be fine. You guys know your own health. Are you dying? You're dying. Are you healthy? You're healthy. All right. And with that, we're going to keep it going. Oh boy, what is going on with today's videos here, wifey? Everything's COVID related. What's going on? I will tell you, we have been sick. This is like a 5-week sickness now. My wife is sick now. My daughter's sick. I haven't, I was sick, but I'm not currently sick, but maybe I'm going to get their new sickness. I don't know. Things are happening. By the way, I was going to tell you guys, hey, what's a goon? Teddy, I'm not a goon yet. What? Fill us in. Hey, this is the part where I fill you in. Smoke that like button. Hit that subscribe. We're a gang of explorers. We are growing like anything. We are going to take over every single aspect of YouTube. You think that YouTube algorithm is showing you what you like? No. You tell the algorithm, hey, this is what I like. Tell the YouTube algorithm, you know what? I want to see this guy again. Interact with the video. That's how you become a goon. All right, and with that, we're going to continue on.
How much is in your bank account?
So the thing is, I'm kind of part of this, I guess you can call it a community. We do, hard shit at night, so it kind of depends. If you see me during the day, it might be a low, maybe 10 or 20. But at night, depending on the economy, and normally depends on the president, I know a way in. If you want, I can take you, but there's a couple.
You said too much. You got to put me on later.
Bro, I'm looking at the scroll and I'm like, maybe she's got that connection. I don't know the way Biden rolls or what president she's talking about. Now, so many things come to mind. Very interesting interview. So she does hard stuff at night. I mean, clearly she does hard stuff at night. And she's making money from it. So that is eye-opening. I'm glad to know that is a way of money for this human being, and hopefully it works out for her, and one day she can get out of the game and come back to reality, because that hard life is going to eventually take it out of you, and hopefully everything's okay and you can you know what, maybe she's happy, maybe everything's okay, Teddy. Yeah, you know what, keep it going, you do what works for you. You're all about that hard night life. Let's keep it going. Bro, I can't. I mean, clearly 5G tower. Okay, silent sound, subliminal mind control, steady tones. But what's the action where that mind control comes in? So if you do a steady tone, and then we've heard of steady tones before, where when played enough that people just leave the area, right? So unless it's like that's the mind control, hey, we're gonna annoy you to death with the sound, I'm like, all right, buddies, I've been near 5G towers. I've literally stood underneath one, and I've not experienced anything. My mind is still as crazy as it once was, still ADHD'd out like anything. And still considering, why did I do this in the first place? 5G towers get real boring once you get near them. There's really not much to do there. You still feel the same near it versus not near it. And I'm a little skeptical on this one, but you know what? I have heard of stories, as I've said, of noises causing human beings to run away. So maybe 5G is going to emit that frequency, Teddy, and instead of healing, it's going to be killing. You're going to see, Teddy. You're going to see. Yeah, I am pretty naive. Let's see, I guess.
I love you. I love it. Down. Down. What the hell? Oh my god. How are you doing that? Oh my god.
Bro, I'm about to get my daughter to do this right now. How is she doing? Is this a kid's thing? Can only toddlers do this? Are you messing with me? Is this some kind of like Wi-Fi enabled, Bluetooth controlled light that you just turn on and off? Is that why the light bulb looks so weird? Teddy, it's a smart light. Teddy, it's got a little battery backup. Something iffy's going on here. But yeah, that is eye-opening for sure. For sure.
The only hardcore thing is that there is a extremely classified document dealing with religion, and it's about that thick. Period. But why would there be any classified material dealing with religion?
I want to go back to the religion thing. I want you to say it.
It's so far out.
All right, your objection has been noted.
Okay.
What does it say?
That we're containers. That's how supposedly the aliens look at us. That we are nothing but containers.
Containers of?
Containers. Maybe containers of souls. You can come up with whatever theory you want, but we're containers, and that's how we're mentioned in the documents. That religion was specifically created so we have some rules and regulations for the sole purpose of not damaging the containers.
I have never heard this Bob Lazar theory or interview ever, and now that I have, and I completely am dumbfounded with the amount of knowledge and truthfulness this guy has possessed or continues to possess, and the amount of traumatic incidents he's gone through with all the craziness with his wife and everything that the government has done in order to make sure he's not heard of. But the proof is out there. When he's uncovered it, his knowledge speaks for himself. He's been identified by other people as a knowledgeable in his career path when he was at Area 51. I'ma trust his word and go, buddy, we may be containers, and if we are containers, I'ma start to think potentially, are we containers for after and not currently? And if that is true, so is it the minds that they're after? Is it? I mean, it's not necessarily. Oh, maybe it is the bodies. Maybe there was that one crazy thing where they were like, oh, Reagan signed the thing, Teddy. Reagan signed the thing. They're using our bodies as test subjects. Maybe it's only so. Few of us become containers, the others we live till our deaths potentially, maybe. Oh boy, Bob Lazar, I am a container, you are a container, where do we go from here? Well, quite interesting. What are we a container for? I want to know more. Do any of you goons know? Was there more to this? Is there something more going? And then when it comes to like religious documents, are those religious documents more religious than our religious documents? Whose religious documents trumps whose? Whose is older, I want to know it all. Tell me the truth, man.
I was wondering what you could tell us about them. Are they harmful, sinister? Are they part of an interstellar alliance?
My goodness.
Yeah.
The ones that we have addressed, and first and foremost, let me remind all of you, there are actually many different types of grays. You can't actually just lump them all into one particular type.
Oh, okay.
Though we know many of you do, and that can be what causes a lot of confusion in you when you see different kinds of behaviors. Do you understand?
Yes.
But the ones that are most relevant, you have to understand that the story of the Greys is really that they began on a parallel Earth as humans. And they destroyed their world, and they mutated into the form you call the Greys. And they did it in such a way that they could no longer reproduce. So in order to perpetuate their civilization, they had to tunnel into parallel realities where humans still existed with viable human DNA. And use that DNA in order to create hybrid beings, such as ourselves, which would allow their culture to continue. So in a sense, a Grey is actually just a form of mutated human. Do you understand?
I do.
And by using their example as a lesson, your world doesn't necessarily have to go down the same destructive path. You follow me?
I do. This is going to segue great into another question.
Why, thank you for your synchronicity.
Yeah, so my next question was, is our planet beyond saving? Because I've heard some different opinions and theories on this, in that...
If you believe your planet is beyond saving, then it is.
Okay.
If you believe your planet needs saving, then it does. If you understand it doesn't need saving, then it doesn't. If you understand that you are the one shifting your energy and shifting to another version of Earth every change you experience, you are actually on another version of Earth. You never change the Earth you're on. So there are always versions of Earth that will destroy themselves and have destroyed themselves and can never be saved. There are an infinite number of versions of Earth that don't need saving. They're perfectly fine. You are shifting through the spectrum of these parallel versions of Earth billions of times per second. And the idea is that the changes you make within you shift you to another version of Earth that is more reflective and more representative of the change in vibration you've made within yourself. You can never change the world you're on. You can only shift to another Earth that is more like the vibration you have changed within yourself. Does that make sense?
Perfect sense.
Does
Yes.
that answer your question?
Yes, and I have another one about the skulls that are found throughout the Earth that are elongated skulls. Are those part of decomposed bodies of the Greys, or are there other species living among us, or is that something else
You
entirely?
have only really yet found one that is actually belonging to an extraterrestrial being. The rest are human hybrids who have altered their look to match the look of the extraterrestrial being.
Oh, okay.
Do you understand?
I do. Another question.
Yes.
The pyramids, how did they move the stones? I've heard some
The
different
earliest
theories.
ones were moved through forms of levitation. And
Okay.
this is why we talk about the idea of the stone speakers, because when you understand the vibrations, the true vibrations of the stone, and you speak to them that way, whether with your own voices in harmony or through technological devices that can replicate those harmonies in a certain way, you can actually cancel the effect of gravity on the stone.
Cool. Okay.
Well, it is that temperature and many other temperatures.
Oh my god, I love Bashar. It's the hand thing. That's what gets me every time. It's the hand thing. Is he looking at her when he talks? I always ask this. Or is his eyes closed? How does he know? How does he know? Quite interesting thing. We started off with the Greys. Hey, are there multiple types of Greys? And he talks about parallel universes and how we have kind of, they've killed their Earth and now they're in ours and kind of using it for their own continuance, if you will, of their species. The other thing being, oh my god, there was so much to unpack. What else did she talk about? She talked about the mind blank, The elongated skulls. My wife's over here. I'm sorry. My daughter came in halfway through the thing, so I was trying to remember. Elongated. Oh, Teddy. Oh, Teddy. Oh, Teddy. Yes, the elongated skulls was wild. The elongated skulls part is wild. I do anticipate that potentially, hopefully, we'll actually find out if there are elongated skull alien type beings out there. I felt like that question was kind of dodged. He's like, you found one, but all the rest were human hybrids trying to be that one or something. And then the pyramids, right? The pyramids one with the vibrations. I was like, dude, how? Like, the vibrations and levitation could potentially explain, whether, what is it called? That the levitation from that that vibration would levitate the stone, therefore it would counter gravity and then move into position. It just feels so out there that I'm just like, potentially. Why were the pyramids built in the first place would have been a better question to ask, I felt. But like, it's good to know that they were built as well, potentially with vibrations and levitation. And now, going to the vibrations, dude, you can, whatever you feel is the type of earth that you're in, right? So he's like, if you think our earth doesn't need saving, it doesn't need saving. If you think it does need saving, then it needs saving. If it needs nothing at all, then you don't do nothing at all and you're fine. He's literally telling you, manifest what you want. You're going to keep changing earths. There's going to be multiple parallel earths that you can be at any second of time. So guys, always stay positive, manifest that good earth, come to the great earth. That's the earth the Goon Gang is on. We are survivors. We are in this parallels together. So let's get on a one realm and keep it consistent. Very interesting. Thank you, Bashar. And yeah, we're gonna learn more, I guess.
The director of the CIA appeared on Nightline with Ted Koppel, and Ted Koppel asked him, was this stuff legit? Were you guys really having your scientists, recording people remote viewing, right? Because that sounds like magic. Former director of the CIA said, absolutely. And it's going to require new physics to explain how the heck this could be possible, right? That was a program run at Stanford Research Institute for about 21 years. It was funded by the government, partly by the CIA and partly by the US Army. And they generated reams of data, and then the data got declassified. Anybody could look it up. So there is scientific evidence out there that whatever consciousness is, it somehow seems to have the ability to access what physicists would call non-local information.
Remote viewing is a thing. The quantum world is real, Teddy. Oh, dude, if just imagine, we all can tap into this energy where we have full observance of what is going on in our worlds that we just know, even if it's not directly correlated to us, directly near us, or in our area. You are able to remote view, and the government has proof where they're like, yeah, we actually were able to say that remote viewing is something that we 100% experience with these individuals. And those individuals are like, this is what I see. And they went and they validated it. And they're like, there's no way this person in this room sitting here should know what I drew in this thing, 20 countries away. Like, it's just wild. It's just wild. We've heard it all. This is a true government CIA, I guess, discovery that these guys have found. So yeah, I 100% can believe this.
Crazy. So you made a machine that can take us back in time?
So me and the team at SpaceX decided to make a time machine. But this contraption was probably one of the hardest things that we have ever designed to this date, including anything made at Tesla. My brilliant engineers and I worked days and nights with the goal of meeting historical figures. However, when we tested the prototype, the machine ran perfectly fine and would turn on, and all of the atoms would be able to travel at the speed of light, making us able to reverse time for the whole object placed in the machine.
That's wild, Elon. What are your plans with using this machine?
Well, on our first day of testing, me and a close friend of mine traveled back to the Egyptian times and discovered how the pyramids were really built. We uncovered that help from extraterrestrial life, and extremely advanced technology was used for the construction.
This is insane. When do you think that this item will be available to the public?
Well, actually, the United States government confiscated the items off me and the fellow co-founders of SpaceX. However, I actually have proof that this item exists. If you want to see video proof of the time machine, then press share, then more, then photos.
You had me all. Nah, I'm just kidding, bro. This sounded like AI. Come on, there's no way. Time machine, Elon. You built a time machine. I will tell you, when talking about time machines, I did watch some documentaries where they were saying that they could sustain particles by moving like light particles in a circle for multiple periods, and the particle would sustain life, and the only way that can do that is if the particle was in the future state in time or something, and that was how they sustained that element. But so I felt like, oh, maybe there was some truth to it when he was talking about like something that needed to run and spin, but now I'm just like, nah, there's no way. This is not real. This is not real. But wouldn't it be nice? And then imagine if the guy went like, and it was levitation and vibration, and we're like, oh my god, Bashar had it right the entire time, boys. Damn it. All right, interesting.
I'm going to give you the top 12 foods you should be incorporating into your diet for 2024 based off science, because only 15 to 30% of our lifespan is determined by genes. The rest is epigenetics, meaning above your genetics. Apples need to be ate every single day for 2024. Apples have structured water that nourish and infuse your tissue with information and energy. The pectin, the fiber in the apple, enhances detoxification and draws out bile and accumulated toxins. Seaweeds and sea vegetables like wakame, nori, kelp, bladderwrack, sea moss. This helps the replication of T cells, which help against viruses like herpes. Lion's mane mushroom, you can have it cooked, you could have it powdered, but it boosts memory, attention, creativity, and it possesses 2 potent nerve growth factors. Watermelon contains a compound called citrulline. This helps to improve erectile dysfunction by improving blood flow to the penis. We need sulforaphane, which come from cruciferous vegetables, and they also contain a compound called indole 3-carbinol. This helps to suppress the activation of an enzyme linked to aging. Broccoli, kale, collard, cabbage, broccoli sprouts. These can all help our body clear out benzene from air pollution, and it also activates NRF2 in the cells. This helps to viruses and cancer cells. Turmeric is the most anti-inflammatory food in the Dietary Inflammatory Index, and it also frees up NRF2. I'm going to throw all these spices together because they're amazing for anti-aging and DNA protection and fatty liver disease. Cardamom, cinnamon, cloves, and ginger. They activate.
Wow, there was a lot to take in. A lot of foods that, guys, apple a day, 2024. Make it your resolution. Let's make it happen. Am I going to follow all these? I'll try. No promises. My diet's not that good. I'm a big boy. Some of you guys are like, oh, Teddy, there's no way you that big. I'm like, oh boy, that scale don't lie. Let me tell you. Yeah, I agree with this lady. You know, a long time ago, while exploring the weird early on, I was like, hey, what are the right foods to eat? It sounds like we should consider something. The watermelon, well, I never knew that. Watermelon, huh? And it's strange. I can eat natural watermelon, but not like artificial watermelon. Wonder if that's a thing. All right, anyway, yeah, aging too. Yeah, lots of things goons can learn from. All right, let's do one last one. Dude, this woman saw some stuff, bro. Either that or she's having a manic episode, but like something tell me that this woman went through a traumatic event. She was invited to a party, I guess. I don't know if this is truly the narrative, Goon Gang, if this is some other thing happened and she's complaining, but it sounds like I hear her say either hermanos or humanos. I don't know. Hermanos means brother, I thought, but that's Spanish. I don't know what she's speaking. But regardless, I'm not judging here. I'm just reacting to the video. Don't come after me, TikTok police. Yeah, quite interesting. Very, very sad if this is the case. But, you know, I've heard even more crazier things like adrenochrome and the Epstein stuff. So, like, ooh. And then what was it, like, Stephen Hawking? What the hell? Was he doing formulas? What the hell? How did we... ADHD. You guys already know. I hope you're having fun. Guys, we are growing a lot. My YouTube analytics are like every day. Every video keeps getting better and better. But unfortunately, YouTube can't be the only thing. Guys, if you can find me on Instagram or Twitter, TEDIGANJA, come follow me on Instagram. Come follow me on Twitter. Love to have you there, as well as TikTok. It's literally Explore the Weird on TikTok. So would love to get that support off of YouTube as well, just in case. You never know. There's so many people leaving YouTube, Teddy. Why? I can't tell you, buddies. Yeah, so that is it. I will catch you guys next time. Stay safe, stay strong, and goodbye.